just driving along and everything, it was fine. And then all of a sudden I was in the second vehicle and I had a funny feeling something wasn't right. 45 minutes later, a Chinook landed with EOD and a medic, and then it took him an hour to get to me because we're in a suspected minefield, shrapnel from all our ammunition, and the vehicle just spread across the minefield, so there's metal everywhere, so you're using a mine detector trying to get to something, it's beeping every 4 seconds, so it took him a long time to get to me. By the time he got to the vehicle, I was pretty much out of it. I was conscious, but I was on my way out. I'd lost so much blood on my way out, and I said to my mate, right, I'll see you all, I'm off, sort of thing. And he's like, Johnny, you alright? I said, nah, I think that's me. And it took 3 guys, one guy had to hold my knee because my knee was just in bits, one guy had to hold that bit, and then one guy had to hold my foot because it was just all loose. And they picked me up and dragged me out the minefield, and the helicopter came, and all my mates were over the top of me just holding me and telling me I was going to be alright. And they got me on a helicopter and threw me back to Camp Bastion, where they did an operation to save my life. And they flew me into Birmingham Hospital, and then from Birmingham Hospital they did about 8 operations to try to save the leg, and then 3 weeks after that I went into surgery and they took it off.
Ben was the machine gunner on a Wimick, an unarmoured open-top vehicle that went over a 30-year-old Russian anti-tank mine. They were very lucky. If they'd been in a bigger vehicle they would have been killed, but because it was a smaller vehicle it was picked up and thrown. The other 2 boys mercifully walked away, but Ben's legs were trapped round the gun turret. He lost both his legs above the knee. He broke his back in 4 places. He lost his spleen, broke his pelvis, broke his coccyx. Both his lungs collapsed, every rib shattered, all his fingers were broken, an open fracture of his left elbow, and then the real killer injuries, the massive brain injury, 5 fractures of his skull, 5 fractures of his cheeks, and 5 fractures of his jaw. Pretty comprehensive. Before Ben was injured, boys were sent to either Germany, Pakistan or Oman, depending on their injury, but Ben was flown back to the UK to be with his family when he died. So, injured on Tuesday and back in Selly Oak by Thursday, 2 days.
I was a very active bloke, from a young age. I used to love sports, athletics, football, rugby. I took great pride in my own physical fitness. Travelled throughout Africa, Australasia, Fiji, and used to take myself off on these wild, sort of intrepid adventures. One time I remember hiking up to the highest point in Norway on my own. Just me, my crampons, my pack, and an ice axe. I was just young, carefree, just living my life. Just followed my heart, sort of followed my ambitions, really. I was kind of driven by my own ambitions and my own kind of quest for, challenge, adventure. And that was what I was all about. I remember, obviously, coming round in the hospital, and I remember the feeling of utter, just despair. It's the worst feeling on the planet, to realise where you are and to realise the extent of the injuries, and I knew that my life was never going to be the same again. I was in a world of pain and hurt every day. I was seriously contemplating the prospect of assisted suicide, and to be honest, if someone had held my hand and sort of said, "Come on mate, I'll take you, I'll help you out," that was me, I would have gone.
you. Algae.
These mist-covered mountains are a home now for me, but my home is the lowlands, and always will be. Someday you'll return your valleys and your farms, and you'll no longer burn to be brothers in arms. Through these fields of destruction, baptisms of fire, I've witnessed your suffering as the battle raged high, and though it hurt me so bad, in the fear and alarm, you did not desert me, my brothers in arms. There's so many different worlds, so many different suns, and we have just one world, but we live in different ones. Now the sun's gone to hell, and the moon's riding high. Let me bid you farewell. Every man has to die, but it's written in the stars. In every line